In today's video, we're going to be checking out some all-weather cargo liners made by Farasla for the Model Y. So this is our 2021 standard range Model Y, and we wanted to get some kind of protection for the cargo, and so these seem to be pretty good value here. So I went ahead and opened the box. Well, let's go ahead and just dump them out. Now there should be 3 mats in here. So it looks like they're not packed, wrapped or anything, they're just out in the open. So this is what the bottom looks like. There's little nubs and a honeycomb. Looks pretty good. And this is the finish end. Not too bad. So it is a little bit warped from just being in the box, but I think it's gonna take shape once it sits a little bit. So we got the main mat here, and then we got the 2 smaller ones. One that goes in the front and the other one in the very back underneath. So I believe this larger one here is the front. There are logos on each of the mats, so you might like that, might not. I don't really mind them, doesn't look bad. And the reason we went with these is because we kind of like the patterns of how they flow. It seems like a nice design. So here we are in the Tesla app, and we did call our car Milky because it is a white on white interior. So let's go ahead and pop the frunk. It's gonna ask us if we're sure. We're gonna say yes, and there it goes. And you guys can see the frunk is pretty nice. It's pretty deep, but there is no protection underneath, just plastic here. So it would be nice to put something in here that's more rubberized. So let's go ahead and grab this larger one that's small and see how good it fits in here. And overall looks really good and actually fits good. Maybe actually a little bigger because it's making a little bubble here, but that's okay. I'd rather it be a little bigger than a little small. It does seem to go to the edges pretty well. So yeah, that's what that looks like. So that's working out really nice. And so this will help from, scratching up the plastic here, but mostly just from things riding around inside and just kind of making a lot of racket, bouncing around. So the rubber will help it from, sliding around whatever you put in here. All right, so let's shut the hood. All right, so here we are in the back. Let's go ahead and open it up. So if you don't know, the Model Y has lots of room in the back and even more room underneath here. And so the other small cargo mat goes down in there. Go ahead and grab it, and it goes right in there. So yeah, that fits pretty well. Seems like overall it is kind of like a oval shape down in there, so but still that'll help, from anything leaking or just sliding around. So looks like a pretty good fit. But the main one here is on top. Pretty fragile kind of material here. It seems like would be damaged pretty quick. There's already some kind of a little bit of damage here. The fiber is coming loose, so yeah. Now the large mat is not perfect, unfortunately, and you guys can see, but there's like little bubbles here, and they're kind of everywhere. There's a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit over here. So not a big deal, but a little bit disappointed that it wasn't a little better than it is, but technically it's not a big deal. All right, so let's grab this thing. It is a little bit heavy. See how well it fits in here. I'm hoping that this little notch here is going to line up. It's definitely grippy, and that's a good thing. Alright, so overall looks pretty good. I guess it does need to, kind of form back into its shape as it sits. But as far as the fitment, it seems to be pretty accurate and what you would expect. It does seem a tiny bit smaller. Like I wish it would be all the way to the ends here. It doesn't seem like it goes all the way to the side here, but maybe that's just because it hasn't stretched out from just sitting. I guess we'll have to see. Another thing that I'm not too crazy about, like right here on the edge on the back, there's like these little hairs, rubber hairs that are sticking out, and they're kind of obvious. Don't mind them here on the side because you can't really see them, but here on the back there's quite a bit of them here, and I think I'm going to grab some scissors and try to clean that up a bit. Other than that, this notch here seems to be lined up pretty well, and the whole thing looks pretty good. So I used a razor blade there to just cut off the edges there, and it looks so much better. So if you're a little picky like I was, you can just cut off the pieces, so not really a big deal, it's just rubber. But the product is not perfect. We got little bubbles here, and these are kind of not so perfect either. So if you don't care about those little things, it seems like a great deal overall. So now I can grab my electric skateboard and throw it in there and not worry about scratching anything up. And plus it's very grippy and won't bounce around. So yeah, if you're not too picky, then this Farasla brand here is not too bad. It should do the job. It does seem pretty heavy duty overall, so I think it should last quite a bit, and I'm pretty happy with it for the price that I paid. Alright guys, so if you want to pick up these cargo mats for yourself, I'll have some links in the description. Check it out. And also, if you're interested in mud flaps, check out my video. I installed these pretty nice mud flaps here on the Model Y. And if you enjoyed this video, then hit that like button. I'll be doing more videos on this car, so stay tuned. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.